Hi, I'm Shaul. Camera manufacturers try to push you new cameras and other types of photographic equipment by offering you more and more specifications. That is, more and more options in which you can use those pieces of kit, especially cameras, because cameras are more complex pieces of gear. And newcomers to the world of photographic gear are addicted to options. Often they do not have a specific genre that they find interesting. So the more possibilities they can find in that camera, the happier they are, because potentially it enables them doing many things with their camera. It is well accepted that a good camera is a camera that can do everything, from studio and still life to landscape to social photography to street photography to portraits and events, and finally to sports and wildlife, which is the most demanding genre, perhaps, in terms of capabilities required from the camera. Now, the evolution of cameras is quite slow. There is rather limited improvement from one iteration to the next. You will be hard pressed to find anything in a camera introduced in 2025 that was not there in a camera introduced in 2020 or so. It becomes even more apparent when you think of using a camera in the real world, not just comparing specifications, either on paper or in lab tests. And it becomes even more apparent if you have one or two genres that you like doing, and you rarely engage in any other types of photography. For example, I shoot photos like this one. It's a highly specified genre. I often shoot in low light, and I concentrate on moving subjects. So the requirements of the camera are quite robust. I need a very specialized setup that would enable good autofocus in low light, and a good output that would appear more or less clear, without too much color shift and grain in ISO settings that are around the tens of thousands. However, there are many other settings in my camera that I don't really need. My camera can shoot bursts of 14 frames per second, which I never use. It's not my style. My camera has a live view. I can shoot using my LCD screen at the back of the camera, but I rarely use this tool. I hardly shoot any video with my camera, except for those talking head stuff. So the camera is full of options that are clearly unuseful to me. Of course, I do other types of photography too, like this image that I took a few days ago. But I'm not considering myself a landscape photographer. It's not my passion. I sometimes do it, but I do it in order to document, not to portray the beauty of a landscape or the sublime nature of the world or anything like that. In this case, I was on my way home, and at some point on my way I saw a fire caused by a parcel of explosives sent express from Iran and shot down. So this image to me is only a snapshot of an event. That it's not about the aesthetics, it's just about documenting what happened, in the same way I might do some action photography when I have to, or when the opportunity arises. But I am not after this type of photography. It doesn't excite me. I am considering myself more of people photography, more of a documentary photographer of the human condition. So when a new camera appears, of course, I check its specifications. I look at what's new, and I test it by a very clear criterion. Will it make my life easier? Thinking of the very specific types of photography that I do, that excite me. I never think of how easy it would be to get landscape or action photos with this. Another aspect that interests me is whether this camera would make it easier to mount my favorite lenses and use them in a near seamless way, even if they are adapted and not native. You see, lenses are a crucial part of my style, of my photography. I'm after a very specific type of optics that convey the world in a true-to-life manner. Well, if you've been following my channel, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is not the subject of this video. The thing is, with cameras, there is a point of sufficiency where the experience of taking photographs and the output you get straight out of camera without a lot of fuss is just good enough. It matches your expectations and you don't really need anything else. Any improvement in a new model would be superfluous. You don't need it. It's not only that you don't need it, it might confuse you. The new camera might have a different user interface, so you will have to get used to. And it's all right, you can get used to user interface rather quickly. But sometimes the new features or the very improved features get a very prominent place in this user interface. And you really would rather use something more simple, more tailored towards the photography you like to do, with less options. It feels better in a way. And then there is the handicap principle, which is taken from evolutionary science. That principle describes how an inherent weakness or flaw is shown in order to emphasize the strength of that individual in a rather ironic way. For example, peacocks, male peacocks are very conspicuous in their environment because of all those colorful feathers. But still, the most colorful individuals are the ones who attract more females, because by showing their colors, by making themselves more visible to predators, they actually show the female their strength. Their highly colorful, flamboyant male peacock actually signals that he is fast and strong enough to escape any predator, and they can do it despite being more visible to their. Same goes in photography. If I can make the photos I intend to do with simpler, older gear that lacks all these new, exciting features, I feel better with myself. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel more proficient, more confident in my abilities. I don't have to trust the technology embodied in this camera. I can do whatever I like with. I would be the first to admit it's a false premise. Every camera introduced in the last decade or a little bit more was capable of producing more or less what I'm after. In fact, all the cameras had the advantage to produce perhaps better color or better color to my taste. In fact, some of the older cameras, especially those made for professional photographers who don't always have the leisure, the time to process raw images. Those cameras actually had a better way to output colors in their JPEG. These days, camera manufacturers assume that you are going to shoot in raw format and post-process every image in order to make it presentable. So they don't put much effort in camera. In contrast, cameras such as this beast, the Nikon D4S, produce lovely colors straight out of camera. JPEG images made with this camera are almost ready to be presented as they are. They are just much better than what a camera like the one filming me now, the Nikon ZF, can produce. The JPEGs contain more dynamic range. Colors look more true to life. The whole rendering is more pleasing. Older cameras such as the D4S or the D700, I'm sure Canon and other manufacturers have their own example of that, produce just better JPEGs. It's a fact. Every professional using those cameras will tell you that. So some cameras are better than others in supporting lazy photographers. And sadly, you don't find many of those cameras anymore. Perhaps except for Fuji, that does think about the JPEGs in makes it part of its appeal. If I were a serious landscape photographer, I would doubtless use a medium format camera, a film medium format camera that can convey the landscape in the most beautiful way. I would certainly appreciate this large piece of film, 6x6 or 6x7, that is much larger than any medium format digital sensor. If I were to shoot wildlife, I would most certainly use a smaller sensor camera, like Micro Four Thirds, because that format allows for smaller, more portable lenses. Light is hardly ever a consideration in that type of photography. If I were to shoot sports, I would probably go for one of those new, very fast cameras. Mirrorless camera such as the Sony A1 or the Canon R1. Those cameras are optimized for speed. But the thing is, always try to choose the best tool for the for the work you actually do, not for work you might potentially do, not for the versatility in your tools, but for the actual fit of the tool to the job you do. That goes against the interest of camera manufacturers or the many influencers who work in their service. Camera manufacturers always try to push you the latest and greatest. This is how they make a profit, and it's understandable. But you don't have to follow what they say. You don't have to follow those influencers who mostly compare spec sheets or make rather irrelevant tests to show you capabilities that are removed from what you may actually encounter in the real world. And something else, do consider the optics. Lenses will make a true difference to the look, to the perception of the photographs you make. The other day I watched a very interesting YouTube video. I've forgotten the name of the channel, I apologize. But anyway, it featured a comparison of a Sony GM lens with an equivalent Leica Sumilux made for the M system. And the lens had a dramatic effect on the look of the photograph. Even when they mounted the Leica lens to the Sony camera, it still had distinctive Leica characteristics. So do mind the lenses and make sure that the lenses you like, your favorite ones, the ones more useful to you, are working in a seamless way on the camera body you use. For instance, this lens, the Nikon 28mm f1.4e, which is an F-mount lens, can be easily adapted to Z-mount cameras, like the one filming me now. But it's a rather heavy lens, and consider that in order to adapt it, you would need quite a thick adapter that would make the lens front heavy and perhaps not the most comfortable to use, even if you hold the camera the proper way with your left hand supporting the lens. It's not a very confident way to hold the camera. This lens is much better fitted to a camera like this one. It is a heavy beast in itself and makes this lens feel quite balanced. In my experience, those heavy bodies are better for stability, so you don't really need the in-body stabilization that is available in new mirrorless cameras. So I'm still considering which is the better system for what I do? Is it those bodies with big, heavy lenses that have a fantastic rendition, but they're quite large, are quite intimidating to my subject if I point the camera to them like this? Or is it a smaller, lighter body with smaller lenses that are mostly made for rangefinders? With a caveat that comes with some incompatibility. Those lenses are not made to be natively mounted on those cameras. So there is an issue of autofocus. There are other issues of the sensor stack, the layer of glass in front of the sensor that is different between different camera systems. No system is perfect, but many of them are good enough for what I need. So I'm not very fussy. I just pick one system or the other and enjoy what I'm doing. There's not much in it. I'm not impressed by bells and whistles, and I've reached the point of sufficiency many years ago, really, even if I did not realize it at the time. Right, that will be all for today. If you found this video useful, if you like my channel, you can consider buying me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. It's a nice gesture between gentlemen. So thank you for watching, and see you again soon.